energy. Is he gonna pet now? I don't want to pet him until he's...
I got the seats.
Until he's
Hey,
given...
Seats.
Whenever I was trying to trigger it, I didn't do it.
Hi, puppy. You gonna go on the live?
Oh, you're so gorgeous.
Hold on a second here. Let's see.
I love cameras.
Yeah, I just want the camera.
Oh, you're so beautiful. You're a good puppy. Billy scratches.
Hi, Don Fitz.
Hi, everybody.
We get to say hi to Don Fitz in the real life today instead of on the lives. Oh my goodness, all the bellies.
What'd your belly scratches? Trigger's gonna be so mad.
Yeah.
He almost kicked me over.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
What day is it?
Today is Thursday.
What? Only truly, like, it is Monday, isn't it?
Today is Monday.
Well, we usually have GOP on Thursdays.
Yes.
So.
I know. We just got back from GOP. Why weren't you there? I'm not hearing any valid excuses.
That's what you should be belt fed about.
Belt fed. I'm not really belt fed today.
Well, that's a good thing, I guess.
I probably could be. Let me think.
You'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Reinhard, good morning. Jack, good morning. All right, so yesterday was Vincent's birthday. So for today, I'm using his baby mug. So, happy birthday, Vincent. Enjoy your day off. Get back to work tomorrow. Is it really working? Would you come onto the screen, please?
Well, you were taking up the whole screen again.
Is it really working tomorrow? So what do we have going on tomorrow? What do you and Vincent get to do that?
I was gonna ask.
I don't get to
do. Do I wear my work shirt or can I just wear a gun shirt? You know,
just
like
wear
cool gun
whatever.
shirt? Okay.
Just wear whatever. Just like
I get to take an awesome class tomorrow.
Yeah.
From Scott Jidligsky, Modern Samurai Project.
Yep. So his Red Dot instructor course is tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're gonna love it. It's an awesome class.
I'm stoked, and I'm really stoked to see Vinny too. I want to see him and just, you know, because that's Vinny's thing is go fast, and that's, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to grow. I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to learn from someone like Jedi. So I look forward to seeing the other shooters in class too, because I'm sure there's going to be good shooters in there, and I want to see Vinny in his element too. So it'll be good stuff.
It's going to be awesome. So looking forward to that. That's looking forward. Let's look backwards. Which way is backwards? Is this forward and this is backwards? I don't know. Let's go this way and talk about where we were last week because we weren't here.
We weren't.
Where was we?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
SHOT Show.
Is it all the gloriousness you thought it was going to be? Is it better?
Yes.
Is it worse? Or
I was trying to explain this to someone, like, what is SHOT Show like? I was watching all these videos right before SHOT because nobody could tell me what SHOT's like other than there's a lot of people and you can't possibly get everything done. And so I was looking up videos to try to see what that was like and still had no idea. And then we get there. Now I have an idea of what SHOT Show's like, but I can't tell you what SHOT Show's like because it's just no way to describe it. There's just no words that can describe the immense amount of things and people, and you can't even get your phone out to look at your phone. Like a couple times we were looking at the map to try to see where we're going to next, and
so that
you can't walk and do that. Like you have to
conceptualize that for a second. That for us to figure out where to go next, we have to pull out a map and figure out, first off, where are we?
Yeah.
We're in booth 32,697. Okay. Boop. Oh, you're on the second floor. Oh, I didn't even remember coming upstairs. We are on the second floor though.
You can't get there from here.
So you can't. So you got to go downstairs, and then you got to go down. And trying to figure out like, okay, it's between this booth and this. It's kind of wild and crazy that you got to use a map to navigate SHOT Show if you are trying to be purposeful with going certain places. So.
I still am of the mindset that you need to approach it like a grocery store, down every aisle.
No
Just
way.
go really fast. Yes, because I feel like we went back and forth, up and down, like several times. Like, okay, we need to go here. Okay, and sometimes we would pass booths that we needed to stop at on the way, which worked out. But now my brain is going. It's like I want to organize this. So
Could you imagine even trying to do up and down every aisle?
yes, that makes me feel more controlled.
But think about it's not a square. It's not even a rectangle. It's like a blob.
It is. It
You
is.
know, I mean, outside of some of the rooms that are a rectangle, the main floor is like a blob, and then it has like a little pinch point that it's smushed blob, and then back into another blobby shape of stuff.
And there's side blobs and up blobs and down blobs.
You feel like you're going north and south, and then all of a sudden it's like riding on 270.
Yes.
Like you don't know which way you're freaking going.
Yep. That's exactly what it's like.
So, no, up and down every aisle is bad.
Yes. No.
Yes.
No.
See?
I still.
You couldn't do it all. I mean, you could go up and down every aisle, but you wouldn't be able to talk to anybody.
Accept it.
Challenge accepted. Next year,
Yeah.
every aisle, and we have to stay at every booth for 5 minutes.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh,
That sounds terrible.
that's terrible.
But we did get to see a lot of cool stuff. There wasn't as much new products coming out as I expected. Maybe that's just because there's just not a whole lot of innovation lately. But
I think that's a product, I think that's more of a trend with SHOT Show lately, is that there's not a whole lot of the new, exciting announcement here today, because everybody wants to be the first to announce their new, exciting thing, and they don't want to wait till SHOT Show because that's when everybody's going to do it. But then nobody does it because everybody did it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Not that there was anything really new and exciting that was announced ahead of time.
Nothing too crazy.
But
But
you know,
it's-
definitely cool stuff and cool people and some not so cool people. But Gordon, good morning.
Hi,
Tammy,
Gordon.
good morning.
Hi, Tammy. So it was good. Met some cool people. Got to meet the people from Active Self Protection. It's pretty awesome.
And so that was more of a Jim. Good freaking morning to you too. And it was with the folks from Active Self Protection. It was an interesting conversation. It wasn't just, hey, how you doing? I'm Liz. Oh, hey, I'm John, and have a great day. You spent like 10 15 minutes talking to them, and then left, and then went back and continued, picked up another conversation, and it was cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice because I use a lot of his stuff in class, you know, like and he's got so much knowledge on use of force situations. So he's got all kinds of little things, you know, quotes and stuff that I can use, and it makes sense. And so I use his stuff a lot, and it was nice to be able to tell him how much I appreciated the work that he does, because, you know, that's a lot of work to analyze tens of thousands of videos and to take away key points from that and be able to help your students with it too. So I liked it. What?
I'm just trying to think. There was somebody that I was thinking that we talked to. I'm now drawing a total blank on the direction I wanted to go. I started thinking about active self-protection, and it wiped my other thoughts away.
Oh, the Steve Williford?
We did get to meet, from the Texas church shooting, the guy that defended the church down there. Super cool guy.
Yeah.
I actually brought his book, so we got a signed copy of his book, and I brought his book to the airport with me yesterday to read. I did not start reading the book yet, but I'm interested to dig into it a little bit and see.
Yeah, for sure. Just the conversation we had with him, and just how powerful he understands that situation is and has changed things. And
he has a St. Louis connection.
That's right.
His wife's from St. Louis.
That's right.
Which was cool. So we started talking about St. Louis and tried to get him on on February 22nd, we have an event with Brownells for 2A Day, and we tried convincing him to come up here, but he was already booked for another event in Florida. Our weather in February is not going to be able to compete with Florida weather in February, so yeah. But super cool guy. He is a talker. He is a talker.
Yes.
We had a conversation with him again for like 15 or 20 minutes.
Oh,
we just started talking about anything from gun rights and that sort of thing to just, I like pancakes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like whatever. It was cool.
Valid.
Yeah, it was a good conversation.
And the GOA people, oh God, Alex Shea, you were the best. If you're watching this, you're just awesome. You know,
Except, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to call Alex out.
But you're supposed to send us that video.
Yes. So he was super excited because on one of the days at GOA, they had a video from when they were here for our Customer Appreciation Day, playing on this big giant screen in their booth, and it was a lot of the Range St. Louis West all over. And he was like, if you've never met Alex, he's like, I can't wait to show you all the stuff.
You did.
It was awesome. Yeah. You guys were everywhere.
Yes, that's it. You did that
And-
perfect.
And so we're standing there watching.
I was
And watching-
recording it with
Yeah.
my phone.
And he's like, it's gonna be any second. You're gonna pop up on the screen right there, right in the middle of the SHOT Show. There's gonna be the Range St. Louis West. So we're watching. And it ain't happening. He's like, I swear, come over here. He's like, I swear, it's gonna be up there. It's gonna be the range, all over. Everybody's gonna see it. Nothing. And then one of the other folks from the booth comes over and she's like, oh, we put a different video up today.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday's video. They're not on the video today. He's like, sorry.
It was
But-
totally worth it.
Yeah, it was totally worth it. Liz, it was funny watching. Liz was standing there with her camera, recording and recording and recording and recording.
Arms getting tired.
And nothing. No range, nothing. And not that they needed to, but it was interesting.
funny.
But then, that's not what I was going to call him out on.
Oh.
I actually forgot all about that. You told us to go to the Circle Bar to hang out with you.
Oh, you never came.
I don't love
don't even
that
like-
kind of like scene thing of just if you ever go to SHOT Show, you go. That's where everybody goes. They go to the Circle Bar. Everybody goes there, and there's 80 billion people there. Just not my thing. I'm okay with going. If I can kind of be on the outsides, and it's all cool people. It's not like I'm worried about, the bar scene or fights or anything. I'm not worried about any of that kind of crap. It's all really cool people. It's just so many people,
Yeah.
and it's just
A little smoky and
super smoky.
Yeah.
Just not my thing. But we went to hang out.
you
and you
weren't
weren't there.
there.
Thanks.
I feel like we
Now
need to
they
sing a
probably
song.
showed up. Now, I mean, we went at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, which is
Yeah.
early. So they might have been there at like midnight, which is normal time for people.
Right.
I was way asleep.
2 o'clock in the morning. The SHOT Show in Vegas is not abnormal, I
Yes.
would imagine.
But at any rate, it was Dennis. Good morning. It was awesome to see those guys. Who else did we have? We had some great conversations with just a bunch of cool people. Gosh dang it! I wish I could remember what I was going to talk about before I got distracted with active self-protection.
You were talking about some of the people that we saw.
Yeah, I know, and I had somebody in mind that I was like, oh, and we got to chat with this guy. We ran into a couple of
Braden.
people from a local security company here. It was so funny. They actually took our picture for us, a group of us, and
I saw his badge.
She saw his badge. And it's funny. He's wearing a St. Louis hat. I was wearing a St. Louis hat, but we didn't pick up on that. But she saw his badge and recognized the company name, and he's like, she said, don't we know you? And he's like, oh wait, the Range.
Yeah.
It was super cool. And I'll tell you what was the coolest there's two guys there and talking about, this is going to sound a little braggadocious, but I don't care. It's not me, it's us.
Hell yeah.
They went on and on and on about how awesome we are. And it was really cool just to hear them talk about, chatting with Chris or with Angel and and just how much we help and this, that, and the other thing. It was just a cool experience to have happen in Las Vegas with people that are from St. Louis. So
yeah, and then the other guy from Indiana that recognized us just from, well, he saw me walking down and he's like, did I see you at a show in Utah or something? I was like, no, I've never been to Utah. And then he comes around the corner. He's like, hey, you're on the live show, and I follow you guys on Facebook. And so then he put two and two together. So we had a chat with him for a while too. So it was pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, so it is cool being at a place as big as SHOT and then meeting multiple people that either know us from the live or just being appreciative of our place here. And whenever people come in here and they're like, man, this is a really nice place, I just beam with joy. It's like, yeah, I know this place is awesome. Like, I love it here. So I'm glad that you guys feel the same way, because we like having you. So we like happy people in our store too.
So what was the coolest thing that you saw at SHOT?
You know, there's a lot of cool stuff that I saw. I really enjoyed shooting that Radian comp on that macro. That was definitely my favorite handgun experience. That AR-10, that ADM AR-10 was quite nice. I would like to have one of those someday. The stress vest was really exciting. The ability to potentially have force-on-force options. So it's a vest that gives you stimulation. You know, whoever can wear it, whether you're good guy, bad guy, and you know, you use it as a force-on-force tool. You can drop IR lasers into your existing gun. They have their own smart guns. You can use a SIRT pistol. Lots of options for being able to use this vest to where if you get shot, then it gives you a stimulation around your torso here that actually kind of makes you like hunch over a little bit. So it's actually pretty realistic as far as that's concerned. Varying levels of stimulation, also a vibrating function too. So, and then it just had a lot of features to apply to departments, to apply to civilians, to apply to, like I said, bad guy or good guy, or also have the ability for the instructor to kind of get people going again, or to, you know, like a remote. If we were to ever have that, Vinny would not be able to have the remote.
No, yes, it'd be bad.
But that was an innovative product that I really gravitated towards because I could see it directly applicable in our environment here. So that was pretty neat. Good morning, Ritz. What about you?
Ritz, good morning. I don't know. The stress vest was definitely one of my favorites. Something new that I wasn't thinking of. I mean, we saw new products for companies that were just new guns for them or whatever. Smith & Wesson has a lever gun and that sort of thing. Nothing that really like jumped out at me. I wish I had gotten by. Chris got to go by Holosun and mess with their thermal optic for pistols. It's not quite production ready yet, so it wasn't working 100%. But I still wanted to go by and check it out, and we just got busy doing other stuff and never got over there.
Some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that we did was, you know, like more administrative things around here was kind of neat to see from, you know, the business aspect of it. There's so much at SHOT Show other than just products, and I liked learning about that too.
And that's what most people obviously focus on is guns and gear and that sort of thing. I don't know. I can't think of anything that was. And I know as soon as we get done with this, I'm like, oh, I forgot about going and seeing this thing or talking about that. And
I want that really big backpack.
I know, dude, that was hysterical.
It was a display, but it was this enormously oversized backpack. It was like the size of a chair.
Yeah, it
like
was huge.
Like that chair over there. It was big. And I just... it was pretty funny.
I'll tell you something. Now, this is totally obnoxious and ridiculous and silly, but also super awesome. I spent like 30 minutes talking to the people at Darn Tough Socks.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And it was a really cool thing. We don't carry socks here. And I told the guy that. I'm like, listen, our store, we don't carry, soft goods like that. And yada, yada, yada. but tell me about you. And it was a super cool American-made story. And I'm going to have a hard time not only buying Darn Tough socks anymore. Just family-owned. They employ like 10% of the community that their business is in. The son who runs the business now was standing right there talking to people, and they make a really cool product, all American made, all American resources, just a really cool story. And I told him, I asked him the question, I was like, why don't you talk about that more? And he said, truthfully, they don't want to get too big. They just don't. They don't want to take a chance of somebody trying to buy them out and trying to make stuff cheaper somewhere and all this sort of thing. So they're happy with the size that they are, and it's not a small company. They employ 500 people.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. But it was just a super cool story. And their socks are not cheap. I mean, they're just not. But they're merino wool, solid product. That was just a cool thing.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's not the newest, latest, greatest lasers and lights and bullets and stuff. It was socks, but it was just a really cool story to listen to. So,
yeah.
Rob, good morning. Thank you.
I don't think we said hi to Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
How's it going? What was your favorite thing to shoot at range day?
Ooh, favorite thing to shoot. Range day was kind of a bust because it was just, I mean, it's almost always cold and windy. This time it was cold, windy, and rainy. It was kind of miserable. Favorite thing to shoot? I don't know, man. I'll tell you what, that the new stuff from Shadow was kind of cool. Their new MR and XR P models were cool. The Radian, their comped Glock, and the 365 macro backstrap and comp. Mm-hmm. I honestly don't love the macro. I really don't. It just doesn't fit my hand well. Nothing wrong with the gun. It just doesn't fit me well. That gun shot really nice.
Mm-hmm.
That gun shot really nice. So it was a P365 macro with their backstrap and magwell. Was it a magwell?
Yeah,
also?
they had a magwell on it too.
And their comp, it was pretty nice.
Yeah,
that
that's
thing
a nice
shot
comp.
Fantastic.
They also had a new base plate for the 17-round magazine for the P365, which is, it gives you the ability to stuff that last round in without
actually get the 17th round in there
with your finger, not a speed loader.
Even with a speed loader, even with a speed loader, the regular mags are tough to get that last round in.
And it doesn't really extend it at all, really, especially with that that flared magwell in there. You don't even notice it.
Shot some cool ammo. I was trying to think of any long guns that were a lot of craziness, but it was really when we were shooting that. I don't know.
Simex, yeah.
Yeah, Simex, which is like compressed copper, I guess.
40-something grain.
Yeah, like 47 grain 9 mil or something crazy like that, moving 2,100 feet or 2,200 feet per second.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Just to be able to feel the difference. You know, it's one thing when you pick up a gun and shoot it, but they had it set up right where you shot, 3, 4, 5 rounds of regular 9 mil and then 4 or 5 rounds of their 9 mil. And, long guns, I didn't really shoot anything
I shot that
different. You shot the Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, that was really my first time shooting long range, like past 100 yards, honestly.
Even going from 100 to 1,000, 1,100.
1,100, yeah. I mean, even shooting my deer that I've taken have only been at, I don't know, 50 to 100 yards, nothing too far. So that was a whole experience in and of itself, shooting that. I shot the Radian 1, but, I mean,
what
it's
was
just that's their full ambi. That's a nice rifle. I mean,
yeah. But it's still just a rifle.
It's just a rifle, yeah. I mean, so really nothing I like shooting at the SimX when I did shoot the full auto in there. That was kind of fun because the reduced amount of recoil from those rounds was kind of nice to shoot in full auto.
The hell else?
Angel nailed that gong at 1100.
Yeah, that was awesome.
She did it with the other rifle she shot too, and it had like a.
Yeah, she shot the Rise.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Shadow's got a new can.
They do have a new can.
Yeah.
We should have one here sometime soon-ish that we're going to start incorporating with our Silent Night stuff. Anything you saw that might translate into training future opportunities? The stress vest,
yeah,
would be the first biggest thing. There's some new like tap rack trainer things. Tap rack trainer is a brand, and it wasn't that brand, but something like that induces malfunctions that we're going to dig into a little bit more. Induce type 3 malfunctions. That
was really neat.
That was pretty neat. I'm interested in digging into that.
Super simple, but the ability to create type 3 malfunctions while you're shooting, that's really hard to recreate, and type 3s are one of the, it is the worst malfunction to clear, but so to be able to recreate that in an actual training environment without setting it up first with the mindset that you already know that it's right there.
Yeah, you know that it's going to happen right now.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. Inexpensive and just super easy, and yeah, I definitely look forward to looking at that. But definitely the stress vest. I hope to see that in our wheelhouse here at some point. It's definitely something we're gonna have to learn a lot about and all that stuff, and find the best way to apply it. But hi, Papa. I mean,
Else.
got to meet Jedi, so and I'm training with him tomorrow. So
yeah, so we got to go hang out with Jedi for a few minutes, and if you saw the video, and if you didn't see the beginning of this, he's here tomorrow. We got class. It starts at 9, right? I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, he'll be here all day, Tuesday, Wednesday, for a class.
so excited.
So excited. Yeah, me too. I just get to watch. Why am I'm like, my brain is overloaded with stuff. I can't think of any of it.
We ate a lot of Mexican food.
We did eat a lot of Mexican food.
Oh my gosh.
Ate so much food.
So much food.
So much food in general.
Tasty though.
Yes, it was very tasty. I don't know. Gosh dang it! I feel like there's so much we saw, and we haven't articulated anything.
We got to see the back of Donald Trump Jr.'s head.
I saw the front.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
He's such a gun guy. Anytime I've heard him talk about guns, I mean, he is like about as Second Amendment as it gets, which is awesome.
God, why can't I think of anything else?
Because I think a lot of, whenever we were walking around, we went to, some of the other stuff that's probably not exciting for them to hear, just behind the
there's
scenes
definitely a
stuff.
lot of the
That was
relationship
that
stuff.
whole first day on the floor for us, and then the second day on the floor, we hit up a couple holster people. Nothing new and exciting. Holsters, do you know if Filster had a booth there? I didn't look.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they did not.
Nothing too crazy exciting with holsters. I was hoping to see something. What was that one that we went to that had a pretty big booth that had that rotating thing? It was mounted up to all alien gear stuff, which I was not a fan of. But
that was
Bravo? No, it wasn't Bravo.
No. I keep wanting to say Black Hawk, which is not it. It starts with a B though. Blade Tech.
Blade Tech. Yeah.
Their new Tech Lock thing. I don't remember if they call it Tech Lock. I had their old Tech Lock that I used for a long time, and of course I recently switched everything. Recently, last year and a half or so, switched everything over to Safariland's QLS. But Blade Tech has got a new Tech Lock type of thing, and it was interesting because they make holsters, but they had I mean, I think they were using it to show how it works with Safariland, how it works with Alien Gear, how it works with their stuff, all that, you know, that it's compatible with all these, some with adapters, some without adapters, and so on.
Safariland had some decent stuff too, some concealment.
Some of their concealment stuff, we spent a little bit of time. Oh, it's funny, I ran into that, the rep that we were talking to.
Mm-hmm.
It was after you guys left. Cindy and I were walking or standing at the elevator, and he spun around and he looked at me. And I said, "Hey, what's up, man?" He was like, you could tell he was like really confused for a second, like, wait, do I know you? Do I not know you?
You look familiar.
You know, you meet so many damn people, but we spent some time talking to them about some of their concealment stuff, and they have some cool stuff. It really surprises me how many basic options there are. You talk for a second. I'm gonna go grab a holster. Bright red. Face just went.
I hate this. Yeah. So the Safariland, they have now it's an appendix holster with. I'm going to use the term sidecar, but that's a T-Rex arms thing. But with the ability to have a mag in your holster right next to it, so it had the extra spot for a mag. A lot of the companies that are making holsters like that, like Tier 1 and T-Rex and stuff like that, I don't know. I think those have the ability to take that mag pouch off and change it out with something else, like a tourniquet holder or something else. And I do appreciate that more so than what Safariland's was. It did not have the ability to change that out. So I would have preferred that functionality, but the price on the Safariland is almost half of what the other ones are. So the other ones, you're paying upwards of $200 for one of those, that style holster, and Safariland's was under 100 if I remember correctly. I'm not going to give you a price because I don't really know.
We have 1 minute.
Okay.
We have to wrap this up. But some of the holster places we went to were like, hey, we have the newest, latest, greatest holster. And it was this.
Yeah.
It's like nothing crazy. And there's nothing wrong with this. It's just, this is much more common. Whoa. Much more common now is to have something that has a wing on it, and especially if you want to carry a larger gun and that sort of thing. And so it was, some of the holster stuff was disappointing to me when they have the latest, greatest, and it's just a very basic holster. And again, nothing wrong with this. It's just everybody does this already. So anyway, we got to go. We have a meeting to go to in 50 seconds. So maybe we'll try to be on Wednesday morning or something, maybe, to talk about day 1 of the Jedi class. You guys are awesome. If you need something, come see us, 1403 Manchester Road in beautiful Baltimore, Missouri. Please stay safe, be nice to one another, and we'll catch you soon. Later.
Awkward pause. Charles?
Awkward.